Okay, this is going to be a big one, guys. This is the nuts and the bolts, and we're going to go through the who, what, when, how, why. We're going to go through resources, we're going to go through how to make an actual decision, and then through market research, and then through launching. Possibly there should be 4 separate lessons, but I'd like to get this all done in the one lesson because I don't want you waffling off too much into too many of the areas before you actually make the decision and then decide to launch. This process doesn't need to be big, and you know that I'm about breaking all those boring business rules and doing things differently. Trust me, you can launch in a whole new direction in a very short amount of time. So we're going to go forward in that vein and make this lesson chock-a full for you. But if you do feel like it's getting too much, like if your breathing gets a little bit shallow and you're like, oh, just pause me and come back to it and break it into 4 lessons for yourself, okay? But if you have the capacity and the space right now, go ahead and do it all together. So the who, what, when, how, why. Who is this service going to be for? Really refine it. Think about your client avatar, and does that need to change slightly? If you are going to grow and expand your business and scale it in one of the 6 methods that I mentioned in the first video, then who are you actually going to be marketing to now? Is it going to niche down, or is it actually going to expand out? That's question number 1. You might like to pause me and write on that for a moment first. Welcome back. Okay, your next question, what? What is it that you're going to do? What are you going to include? Are you going to include more parts of the of your delivery? Are you going to collaborate with other people? What is it that you're actually going to offer? But also, what is it that you're not going to offer? Because remember, you don't want it to get too big. When are you going to deliver this service to people? So is it going to be live and people have to work with you at a certain time frame? Is it going to be online and people can watch wherever they want to? Is it going to be available for only a short amount of time? What are the time constraints around this for you? How? So now I want you to think about how you're going to set this up, and this is where the resource parts comes in. What new resources do you need for this? Now remember the very first couple of modules that you did, it had a plan for what is the idea and what resources do you need for it. Do you have the time for it? Do you have the current skill set for it? Do you have the money for expansion right now? Are there new expensive equipment that you need that you can't quite afford? Are you going to need to bring a new person on board with the expertise that you don't have, especially like for franchising or something like that? Are you going to need to do some learning, like learning about personality types and lesson planning, which we can do in our weekly coaching sessions? What are the resources that you're going to need? Time, money, effort, skills, knowledge. Who, what, when, how, why? Why are you doing it? Do you want to do this to allow yourself more freedom? Do you want to do this to reach more people? Do you want to do this to make more money? Do you want to do this for flexibility? It's important that you know your why. And now I do want you to pause me and I want you to really consider, does what I really want match what I'm planning to do? So stop me, go and have a little think about that. Maybe write that out as a journal prompt. The reason that I want to do this is... Welcome back. So now it's decision time. Now that you've done that journaling prompt, what do you absolutely know to be true? And is this something that you actually want to go ahead with? Or do you want to go back to the drawing board and look at scaling again? Or do you want to look at doing something completely different? If you do decide that you want to go ahead with this scaling opportunity and it's exactly what you want to do, now it's time to do your market research. So kind of formulate roughly what you're going to do and consider the option and go out to your clients and actually get them to give you feedback on names, on times and locations, on costs, on all sorts of things. There is no point in going ahead with this until you've done the market research. If there's not a need for it or people aren't willing to pay for it, what it's going to cost you to do it, then it's a no-go, it's dead in the water. So many people create these amazing business ideas and they don't test them that way first, and it gets painful because it costs you a lot of time, effort and money. So go and do your market research. And then you probably will want to pause me and come back to this as the 4th lesson, as I'm now realizing I should have done, and I'm sorry for overloading you and making you come back and pause this video, but we'll run with it now, right? You'll just have to accept me as the human being that I am. Okay, launching. How are you going to launch this? The way that you communicate any offering has to be bang on first up. So think about who is your customer, why they're going to want it, what are their What are their needs right now? What are the three things that is topmost in their head, and how does your solution match what they need? And how would they like that to be communicated? Would it be bold and garish? Would it be soft and quiet? Would they need an onboarding call? Would they need some literature first, or a website to look at? What do they actually need to know from you? And then I want you to plan your launching timeline. So how long is it going to take you to create your resources? How long is it going to take you to buy what you need? What is your lead-in time for launching it? So if you're doing a group course, I'd recommend a month out so that you can really plug it, and you can do some lives, you can do some live events and some workshops, build your 5-day challenges, etc. around that. So by the time you get to the 1 month out time, you have some people enrolled in that course. Trust me, things lead twice as much lead up as what you think. You might need a month to create it, then a month to promote it, and then you get into doing it. So I mean, that's a 3-month lead time, right? Don't rush this. Even though I said that you can get it out quickly, you can do all that pre-thinking really fast, but this is the bit that should be taking you the time. Plan the launch. Do you want a launch party? Do you want to launch it online? Do you want to do Facebook advertising? Do you want to share it with people? Do you want to do a live event? How is this best delivered to the world? Okay, that was a mammoth, even for me. I think I'm going to need to go and have a coffee. I'll see you in the next module, my darlings. Bye for now.